Bullet ant. This tiny insect has the most painful sting of any creature on Earth. Scientists built an entire scale to measure insect pain from 0 to 4. The bullet ant sits at the very top, rated above a 4. Nothing else comes close. The pain gets its name for a simple reason. People who have felt it say it is like being shot. A wave of pure, burning pain floods through you, and it does not fade in minutes. It can last a full 24 hours. Deep in the Amazon, some tribes weave these ants into gloves and force young boys to wear them as a test of manhood. One sting is agony. A glove holds dozens, but the bullet ant only makes you suffer. The next creature does something far worse, and it doesn't even need to bite you to do it. Brazilian spider. Most spiders wait in a web for their food to come to them. This one hunts you instead. The Brazilian wandering spider is one of the most venomous spiders alive. Its bite carries a powerful neurotoxin, a poison that attacks the nerves and can shut the body down. But what makes it truly dangerous is its name. It does not build a web, it wanders. At night, it moves across the forest floor, searching, and it does not stay in the forest. It slips into shoes left by the door. It hides inside crates of bananas, which is how it earned its other name, the banana spider, and how it sometimes travels far from home. But a spider still has to sink its fangs into you. The next creature only has to be touched. Golden poison frog. This is the most toxic land animal on the entire planet. It is small enough to sit on your thumb and colored bright enough that you might reach out to touch it. That would be the last thing you ever did. A single frog holds enough poison to kill 10 to 20 grown adults, and there is no antidote. Nothing to slow it, nothing to stop it. It doesn't bite. It doesn't chase. The poison sits on its skin, waiting. For centuries, hunters have pressed their darts against its back, and a single touch is enough to drop a target where it stands. Now, step into the water where the rules of fear change completely. Piranha. You already know this one. You have seen the movies, the water boiling as a swarm strips a body to bone in seconds. Almost none of it is true. Piranhas are mostly scavengers, feeding on dead and dying fish, and most of the year they leave you alone. But there is a season when that changes. In the dry months, the rivers shrink into small, crowded pools. Hundreds of piranhas get trapped together with almost nothing to eat. They grow desperate. They grow aggressive. And anything that enters that water, wounded or thrashing, can trigger the frenzy the legends were built on. But at least a piranha is something you can see. The next one you won't until it is already too late. Candiru. This is the fish from the nightmare story, the one said to swim up inside a human body and lodge there with backward spines. It is one of the most feared creatures in the Amazon. It is also mostly a myth. There is only a single disputed case on record, and the physics never made sense. But the truth is somehow worse. The candiru is a tiny, near-invisible catfish that hunts by sight, slipping through the water until it finds a larger fish. Then it darts into the gills, wedges itself in, and drinks the blood from the inside. You would never see it coming. You would never feel it arrive. Electric eel. This creature can generate 860 volts of electricity, the highest charge ever recorded from any living animal. That is about 7 times the power coming out of the socket in your wall. Strangely, the shock itself rarely kills a person directly because the current behind it is low. The real danger is quieter than that. One jolt is enough to stun you unconscious in an instant. And if that happens while you're standing in shallow water, you simply slip beneath the surface and drown before you ever wake up. This is a fish that has been filmed dropping a full-grown caiman with a single discharge. This fish kills with electricity. The next one kills with nothing but its size. Arapaima. This is one of the largest freshwater fish on the entire planet, growing up to 3 meters long. It is so poorly suited to the low oxygen water it lives in that it has to rise to the surface and gulp air to breathe. But do not mistake that for weakness. Its body is a slab of muscle wrapped in armored, bony scales, scales so tough that piranhas cannot bite through them. Scientists now study them to design body armor. When a fish this size panics and thrashes, the impact alone has broken human bones. It does not need teeth to hurt you. This giant belongs in the river. The next predator does not. Bull shark. You are hundreds of kilometers from the ocean. You should be safe. You are not. The bull shark is the one shark on Earth that thrives in freshwater, and it swims further up rivers than anyone expects. In the Amazon, they have been recorded thousands of kilometers inland, as far as Iquitos in Peru. This is an aggressive hunter that prefers shallow, murky water close to the shore, exactly where a person wades in. Every assumption that keeps you calm this far from the sea is wrong. It followed the river all the way here. The bull shark kills you with its teeth. The next one never bites at all. Green anaconda. This is the heaviest snake in the world, reaching 5 meters long and weighing as much as 250 kilograms. Forget the crushed bones myth. An anaconda does not shatter you. It wraps around your body and squeezes with such force that your blood stops moving, and your heart can no longer beat. It is faster and more merciful than breaking, and far more terrifying. You may have heard of monsters 8 or 9 meters long. Those have never been proven. The real animal is already enough. If you have made it this deep into the Amazon's killers, drop a like and keep going, because it gets worse from here. Black caiman. This is the largest predator in the entire Amazon, a reptile that can grow beyond 5 meters. It is a living ambush. It floats in the dark water with almost nothing showing, patient and completely still, waiting for something to come close. When it strikes, there is no struggle. It takes capybara, it takes deer, and it has attacked people who wandered too near the water's edge at night. This is the top reptilian hunter of the whole river, an animal that has barely changed in millions of years because it never needed to. Giant river otter. You would never expect this one. It looks almost friendly until you understand what it does. The giant river otter grows nearly 2 meters long and hunts in tight family packs. And those packs fear almost nothing. They are called river wolves. Working together, they have been filmed killing and eating caimans, and they will even take on an anaconda. One is manageable. A whole pack moving as a single mind through the water is a nightmare that most predators here have learned to avoid. Size is not what makes something deadly. Numbers are. Jaguar. Every other big cat kills the same way. They clamp down on the throat and wait for their prey to suffocate. The jaguar does not wait. It has the strongest bite of any big cat for its size, strong enough to punch straight through a skull and into the brain, killing in a single instant. Its name is said to come from an old word meaning the beast that kills in one leap. And unlike most cats, it is not afraid of water. It swims. It hunts in the river. It drags caimans from the shallows and has been known to kill anacondas. Nothing on the ground is safe from it. Harpy eagle. This is one of the most powerful birds of prey alive, and it owns the air above the forest. Its talons grow up to 13 centimeters long, longer than the claws of a grizzly bear, and they close with hundreds of pounds of force. It hunts the treetops in total silence. A monkey or a sloth high in the canopy, believing it is safe so far off the ground, never hears it coming. The eagle drops through the leaves and lifts prey the size of a small child, straight into the sky. There is no warning. Land, water, sky. You have now seen the Amazon's apex predators. So how could anything smaller than your fingertip be deadlier than all of them? Vampire bat. This one does not kill you with size or strength. It kills you with what it carries. The vampire bat feeds only on blood, landing in the dark and drinking from a wound so small the sleeping victim never wakes. That alone is unsettling. But the real danger is invisible. These bats are one of the main carriers of rabies in the region, passing a disease that is almost always fatal once symptoms begin. A creature this small should not frighten you. The thing it leaves behind should. But the vampire bat only kills a handful. The single deadliest creature in the Amazon kills more people than everything on this list combined. Mosquito. After everything you have just seen, the deadliest creature in the Amazon is this. Not the anaconda. Not the jaguar. Not the caiman wading in the dark water. It is an insect you can crush between 2 fingers without thinking. The mosquito does not hunt you. It does not need to. It carries malaria, dengue, yellow fever, and Zika, and it delivers them with a single, painless bite. Every other creature on this list kills in ones and twos.